Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with Matt. We are in Bondora office in Tallinn, Estonia, and today we will talk about Bondora. I wrote down your question on my notebook because otherwise I'm sure I will forget something. So I think we can start, Matt. The easy one. What is Bondora?
Great question to start with. So Bondora was founded in the height of global financial crisis just over 10 years ago. And this was really a time that, people's confidence in banks, in the whole financial system was totally lost. So there was a need for a change and a technological revolution as well at this time. So if you skip forward to today, over 10 years, Bondora now serves nearly 70,000 investors. We've had over 230 million invest in the platform, and it's a really simple and great way for you to grow your money without all the time and hassle required that you'd need traditionally.
And what you can do with Bondora? You can invest or you can try to ask a loan.
Yeah, so there's two sides of the business. We have the investor side where, say you have some money spare, anything from €1, you can start to invest with Bondora in a really simple and easy way. And then on the other side, we are issuing loans to customers. So those people who are in need of finance, let's say for purchasing a new car, for home renovations, the dream holiday, and we're using proprietary technology to assess those customers to give them the fairest rate that we can. And essentially the investors are the ones funding those loans and making it possible.
Okay, and how can I be sure that Bondora is a legit business, a legit company, and not a Ponzi scheme? Does Bondora provide some sort of guarantees or have any license?
Yeah, so there's two parts to that. First is that no business in this can provide a guarantee as such, because we're not backed by the European Central Bank. We're not a bank. All of our data, every single transaction on Bondora for over the past 10 years is public. So all of our data is updated daily and published for customers or non-customers to review as well. And the second part is that we're audited by two of the biggest firms in the world. So we publish these financial statements and financial reports annually publicly as well for people to view. So you can't really get more transparent than that, I think. So that's what we do to promote this transparency for investors.
Many people think that not just Bondora but other platforms operating peer-to-peer lending are a Ponzi scheme. But in this case, I think there are real loans. Not just a Ponzi scheme, but there are some sort of
course, and it's understandable if it's something new, something you're not used to, and something that's abroad as well. You can have those worries, and it's natural, and you should have those worries because you need to do your due diligence when you assess the risk of a platform, not only just an investment itself. So perfectly normal that people have those queries, but at the same time, you trust your local bank because they're a household name, because you know who they are, right? Or maybe you don't trust them. But yeah, it's the same thing. So you should always ask those questions, and you should always be sure before you invest in something. So it's great that people do that.
Okay, perfect. The same thing for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
Absolutely, you have to understand it, and you have to do your own risk assessment of whether that suits your goals and your investment portfolio.
Yeah. And why I should choose Bondora for my investment and not another peer-to-peer lending platform? There are a lot of competitors in this business.
Sure. Yeah. So my favorite thing about Bondora is that you have so much choice, and we are leaders in that choice by far. So whether you're a programmer, an active investor who wants to take complete control of their investments, we have the option. We have an API which you can connect to and build your own program to add all of your own filters and invest that way, which is pretty cool. And on the other end of the spectrum, if you're a totally passive investor, you still want a great return on your money, but you don't want to spend all the time and effort doing that, you can use Go&Grow, which is where you do a couple of clicks, you add your money to the account, and you get the returns.
You can cash out instantly if you want.
You can cash out, yeah. So there's no fixed period for you to hold that cash in for. So we're leaders in choice, and I think that's what people like, because we have in between that portfolio manager and portfolio pro as well for the people who are still investing for the long term and want to make some of their own decisions with their own control. And it's, we have some customers using multiple products. So it's a one-stop shop for investing.
And why Bondora does not provide the buyback guarantee like other peer-to-peer platform?
Yeah, that's fair. I think the first thing to ask is, what is a buyback guarantee? I think the question to ask is the viability of that. So for us, we just choose not to offer a buyback guarantee because it's not a guarantee. I mean, I could guarantee all the 230 million invested on the Bondora platform, but it wouldn't be legitimate. So what we prefer to do up front is just set investors' expectations of what they can expect for their net return to be, and we do our best to keep those promises. So if you're using Go&Grow, it's up to 6.75%. If you're using one of the other methods, it's within a range. So yeah, that's what we try to do. We don't have any plans to offer this buyback guarantee, but that's just us. So yeah.
Okay. Now I have the best question, I think. Some people think that Bondora is in crisis or risk to go bankrupt. This is true or not? I don't know why, but some people think this. This is true or
Probably
not?
perfect timing that you asked that question, because yesterday we just released our financial statements for 2018, which show a second consecutive year of profit and an increased revenue as well. So things are very good. But yeah, I don't know the reason for thinking that we're going bankrupt.
So everyone can see this balance sheet?
Yeah, we posted it on our blog
Okay,
yesterday. So bondora.com/blog, and you can see all of this.
I know Bondora is not a public company, there are no stock, there are no bonds, but maybe there's a way to invest in Bondora as a company.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
No.
So if I am an investor and I want to invest in Bondora, it's not possible right now.
That's not possible. No,
Okay.
unfortunately
That's
not. Yeah.
Unfortunately. Do you have in plan to add some security feature on your platform, like two-factor authentication or maybe a guarantees on deposit fund, something like this?
So, like I was saying before, you can't add this guarantee on a deposit fund unless you're a bank with some kind of central backing with a national bank or somewhere else. But we have we take security quite seriously actually within the platform. So we have a form of two-factor authentication. If you're looking to make transactions, say for a withdrawal, you have to confirm this with your PIN code as well, which is already registered on the platform. If you try to change your PIN code, your mobile number, your email address, your password, this quite sensitive information, then we have some additional checks which you'll have to do through a registered email on the account. So we take that very seriously.
The mobile market is growing a lot. If I'm not wrong, I think Bondora does not have a mobile app.
That's correct, yeah. We don't have one.
Do you have in plan to develop a mobile app?
Yes, so actually for later this year, we have it planned that we're going to release a beta version of this app, which will be really, really exciting. So
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, good. So yeah, something that's in the pipeline at the moment, and hopefully by the end of this year, it's something that we can release at least the first version of it. So we're very excited about that.
Okay. Why I must make a deposit with bank transfer to be able to withdraw my money?
Mm-hmm. So I think you talk about the verification of the account.
Maybe.
So we have to have a registered European bank account linked to your Bondora account for us to then allow you to continue to invest, but also to send the money back to as well. So one of the common ways that you'll see fraud in this kind of industry is that someone would deposit via a credit card and then try to withdraw via a bank account, which are two separate things. It may be a stolen credit card, for example. So if you deposit via that credit card, the money has to then go back to that credit card. Right, so it's not like the money can't flow in different ways, and the same for the bank account as well. If that bank account, we have proof that it's registered within your name with a known bank, then we can be sure that we're following all the anti-money laundering directives and KYC procedures as well for your ID. So you have to upload your driving license, passport, something similar.
With Go&Grow plan, I can cash out instantly, but what are the risks? Can something go wrong?
Yeah, and that's an important question that investors should be aware of. So we offer the rate of up to 6.75% on Go&Grow, and this has been since the start, since we released it to the whole public in June 2018, and we've delivered on that promise since then. But yeah, it's totally correct to be aware that that 6.75% is not guaranteed.
Okay.
So yes, it could fall lower than that, and we try to make investors aware of those risks in advance. In case there's a time when that happens, the net return on Bondora over the past 10 years has been well above 6.75% on average. So we're quite confident that we can deliver on it. But yes, it's not guaranteed.
My follower asked me, what happens if Bondora will fail?
Mm-hmm. So if the company went totally bankrupt.
Yeah.
So if the company actually went bankrupt, then an administrator would take over the active loans and investments for Bondora, and nothing new would be issued at that point. And then they would take over the servicing of that to manage it.
So the investor have the loan?
So to take over the active investments and the loans as well. And nothing new would be issued at that point.
Do you have in plan to use blockchain and the smart contract to secure the loan on your platform?
So I think for us this would only, because we issue everything ourselves, everything is done through the Bondora platform and not third parties. I think this would be more relevant, say, if we were accepting deposits via cryptocurrencies, say Bitcoin deposits to the platform, which at the moment we don't have a plan to do that.
Why not?
Why not? At the moment, we really are trying to keep things as simple as possible. And so far, we haven't seen that within our investor base and the typical investor that there's not a demand for that. I'm sure for customers like yourself and your followers, then there's a huge demand for it. But at the moment, we haven't seen that. If that changes, then it's certainly something that we can implement, and fairly easy as well. We move very quickly with things, and we're always keeping up to date, with the newest technology. So whether it's smart contracts or blockchain technology, something that definitely could be utilized on the platform in the future, but right now it's not used.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's everything. Thank you.
So thanks a lot.
Thank you for this interview. Ok, questa qua è la mia intervista con Matt di Bondora, spero ti sia piaciuta. Fammelo sapere qua sotto nei commenti. Se hai visto uno dei miei ultimi video, il vlog a Tallinn, dove ho fatto vedere anche gli uffici di Bondora, sai benissimo che purtroppo ho perso un volo a Francoforte. Il mio aereo faceva scalo a Francoforte, dovevo prendere un ulteriore volo per arrivare a Tallinn, negli uffici di Bondora, e purtroppo Lufthansa, la compagnia con cui viaggiavo, ha fatto un enorme ritardo, mi ha fatto perdere il volo, ho dovuto dormire una notte a Francoforte, sono arrivato in estremo ritardo negli uffici di Bondora, per cui l'intervista è durata poco, potevo fare tantissime più domande, potevo andare molto più a fondo in alcune cose, però non c'era tempo materiale. Quando sono arrivato là non mi sono neanche cambiato in hotel, mi sono cambiato direttamente in ufficio. Molti dei dipendenti di Bondora mi hanno aspettato lì per fare quell'intervista perché non era il loro orario lavorativo, e quindi l'intervista purtroppo è durata poco ed è quello che è, però spero ti sia piaciuta lo stesso. Potevo andare molto più a fondo in alcune domande, soprattutto quella relativa al fallimento di Bondora, cosa succede ai propri fondi. Mentre andavo via ho rinsistito in quella domanda e mi era assicurato che il curatore fallimentare gestisce i prestiti attivi e non verranno emessi nuovi prestiti, quindi anche se Bondora fallisce, sì, i debitori si riferanno sugli attivi di Bondora, però i prestiti sono una cosa a sé e il curatore fallimentare gestirà questi prestiti, quindi tu sarai comunque creditore, il debitore pagherà interessi e comunque il capitale investito, e quindi sarà il curatore fallimentare che si occuperà per tuo conto di rifarti avere questi soldi qua. Spero ti sia piaciuto, ragazzi, scusate ancora, ma veramente purtroppo sono arrivato in estremo ritardo, c'è stato pochissimo tempo per fare l'intervista e organizzare il tutto. Fatemelo sapere se vi è piaciuto, ripeto, qua sotto nei commenti, e noi ci vediamo al prossimo video. Ciao!